What's going on, guys? Noah Sanford here. Welcome back to the Thursday fishing report on a Friday. Apologize for being late this week. I don't even think I uploaded one last week. I'm sorry, guys. I'm lacking on you. Been super busy with work and life and everything else, so I apologize. But we're doing it. I apologize also if there's any wind noise. I can't find the little windsock thing that normally goes on my microphone, so it might be a little windy. Pulling off the water right now. It is Friday. It is 1 p.m. Got Hemingway right behind me, obviously. And it was an interesting morning. Fishing was okay, nothing crazy, nothing terrible. And so I kind of just want to go ahead and talk to you guys about how the day went, and especially, more importantly, what you should do if you're going out this weekend. So starting off with the wind conditions, the weekend's supposed to be nice. Saturday and Sunday are both supposed to be pretty calm. So in addition to that, expect that it's probably going to be pretty busy out there today. The only reason it wasn't super busy out here today, I think, is because it was really windy, and also because it's a Friday and not really the Saturday, Sunday that most people have off from their work week. So I'm expecting Saturday and Sunday to be pretty busy. So keep that in mind, you know, depending on where you want to launch and what you want to do and whatnot. When it comes to the water temperatures are in like the high 70s right now, guys. So we are starting to see a decline in the water temperatures, and that's because, as many of you know, if you live here, and temperatures in Vegas have gone from like 100 degrees during the day and mid 70s at night to, you know, 80-ish, 80 to 90 degrees every day, and, you know, 50s and 60s at night. And so what that's doing is it's starting to bring that water temperature down. Now, this is a really important time of year, and it's a time of year that a lot of guys can really go out there and just suck. And I don't blame them. It's not their fault. In fact, half the time I go out this time of year, it is kind of subpar. And so you can have really killer days in the fall and also kind of so-so days. And you really have to kind of know the pattern in order to get on these fish correctly. And so that's what we're going to talk about briefly here for a couple minutes. So basically, when it comes down to fishing this time of year, guys, you want to go out there and still be looking for all the same stuff you were looking for in the summer months, right? You still want to try and find that healthy grass. You still need to find areas with either bait or crawdads or some sort of forage for these fish. And the only really difference is they start to kind of transition in the sense that some of these fish will start to pull off into that deeper water. So we're starting to see some more fish off like the secondary and main lake points rather than tucked up in the backs of these coves. However, there's still kind of a 50-50 split. For example, today, where I started out with my clients this morning, was a very sandy, a very grassy cove and area, and we were able to get on some decent bites there up shallow in the morning with some bait. And then by about 8 or 9 o'clock, we transitioned, sorry, the wind's really bad right now, we transitioned into some steeper ledges and drop-offs and points for the remaining, you know, a couple hours in the morning until about 11 o'clock or so. And we were still able to do pretty well in that time frame too. And what we kind of did there was drop down into like that 15 to 25 foot range and started throwing those crawdad imitating baits. So that's kind of the pattern right now for me, guys. If it was me going out, I get out there early, gray light if you can. Start off with the same kind of reaction baits. Throw your little swim baits, your top waters, your jerk baits, all the stuff you'd normally throw in the early morning window. And then once that sun gets up, 7:30, 8 o'clock, I'm gonna start either looking for those deeper areas, those steeper and deeper areas, or areas with shade. If you can find both, you're golden. And so that's really where those crawdads are gonna thrive, and that's where you're gonna find a lot of those crawdad eaters. I actually went back out for about an hour and a half after I dropped my clients off to film a quick fishing video. We ended up catching like 4 or 5, maybe 6 bass. Most of them were keeper-sized bass as well, just in an hour or two, fishing mainly a jig on kind of that steeper stuff. And so that goes to show you guys, even though it was, you know, hot and windy and pretty terrible conditions out, I was still able to catch some decent fish in the middle of the day and in the wind. Once you drop down to those correct areas, you throw the correct presentations, and you get in those right depth ranges. So like I said, guys, early morning, get out there, throw those top waters. If that doesn't work, drop down into that deeper water. Start to throw those slower moving baits, your jigs, your drop shots, your Ned rigs, all of that kind of stuff. And you should be able to go out there and put together a successful morning or evening. If it was the evening, I'd reverse that order. Throw that steeper stuff and the deeper stuff until it gets to that low light conditions in the late evening, and then you're gonna switch to that top water. So, and if you're gonna go out midday, I might as well mention it since I just did it. It's still possible. You just kind of have to find those deeper areas and stand there in the wind and try not to fall into the water. But it's definitely still possible. So video, you know, quick afternoon fishing video will be coming out as well in the next day or two of what we just filmed. So A lot of good stuff coming, guys. I appreciate the patience with the uploads. Life's been super busy recently, so appreciate all your guys' patience and all your guys' support as usual. Drop a comment down below if you appreciate these fishing report videos. Make sure to hit that subscribe and like button as well. My name is Noah Sanford. As always, we'll see you guys out on the water.